This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Well, we're a couple of weeks away from Christmas, Ron. We're the only ones that are still on air. Everyone else has gone on holidays. So we've decided to get our favourite guest on. And when you think of people that
Russell
we just
Crowe.
love, and Scotty Cam, unfortunately, is filming the block at the moment. So we have gone with Dr. Chris Brown.
Thanks, guys. Hey, thank you. Thank you. You know what's interesting? I actually thought this was going to be the summer fill-in team. That's the only reason I said. I thought this was going to see the summer fill-in team. So that's the only reason I came in.
No. They start next week.
Do they? I was quite disappointed actually to turn up and see you guys. So
Have you been asked? Can I be honestly? Have you been asked to do a summer breakfast show over the years in any other network or anything like that? Have you done that before, Brownie?
No, I haven't actually. Why were you saying I should be worried that I haven't been?
You could do.
asked?
You could do smooth. I'm Dr. Chris Brown. Hope your poodle's feeling good. Here's Michael Bublé on Smooth FM.
Slower. It's got to be sort of smoother and slower. It's like
Didn't you audition once?
didn't I tell you this was a private conversation and we should never ever share it?
Did you audition for
Yeah, I did. I did. No, and I.
Can you, Brownie, please, because you have an amazing voice and you're great on radio. Can you give us a bit of an idea of what your audition was all about? Like, if you had to do a break and what was coming up this weekend?
It was. It's Saturday and you're listening to Dr. Chris Brown on Smooth FM, and you know, there's nothing I like more on a Saturday than lying back on a banana lounge with a cool, cold drink.
Weird.
Patting my dog. It's a pleasure that a few enjoy quite like I do. Here's Celine Dion. So, I mean, I would listen to that.
Yeah, so would I.
I would.
No, it goes the best of Brownie.
I got told that was still too fast, too. When
But you know what? We'll slow it down at this end because you've fallen asleep.
Brownie, I don't want to freak you out.
What?
But today, we spoke about this earlier in the show, but today statistics show that December 11 is the most common day of the year for couples to break up.
Wow.
So are you thinking about breaking up with the one that you love at the moment?
I'm thinking about breaking in.
Okay.
This is my chance. There's no more single people than this. And actually, tomorrow's probably the day. I'll give it a day.
Give it a day, yeah.
Just for the dust to settle, and then I move straight in.
Brownie,
It's an opportunity.
please-
You've got to see an opportunity.
Please
I think
don't tell
Fitzy's
us.
seen an opportunity.
Please don't tell us we're at the end of 2024 and you're still a single man. Please do not tell us
what's
this.
wrong with being
What is-
single?
Tom,
It's almost like my integrity, my self-confidence gets a knock every single time I come in here.
It's not fair, is it?
Yeah,
it's not fair at all.
I just rebuild.
Can I ask this question? Because I'm here to save you, mate. Because
This is another off-air conversation
that's what mates do.
going to be on air.
What animal's partner for life? Lovebirds.
Lovebirds?
Is that right?
Well,
Are they African lovebirds? Is that what they're called?
no, the whole thing's about birds being monogamous. It's like the conditions apply.
Dolphins?
They get a better offer. They will swap.
Oh, they will they?
Yeah, I don't want to turn you against the natural world, but like, yes, it is
play
a
up.
thing that they will, you know, that they will sort of pair up, but it's, I don't know.
What about
That is-
dolphins? Does a
Dolphins
dolphin take a one partner?
No,
Oh,
they
they're
are
randy,
the
are
they
they?
are opposite. If you go to the beach and you see a pot of dolphins swimming by, you'll often see them stopping and splashing, and it looks like they're just having a great old time. If you go under the water, there is
getting it on.
there's activities. They cannot
What?
stop.
And quite a solid member.
Because they're one of the very few animals that do it for pleasure, isn't it, Brownie?
Apparently, the only other, apart from everyone, apart from the Whipfley household.
And everyone in Bondi.
I saved you. I came in and rescued you and took you to a safe home. All right?
There's no saving here.
Brownie's not just for Christmas.
There's no safe spots here.
No,
I think
there's
we know
not.
that.
Monkeys do.
No.
Monkeys do it for pleasure.
No,
well, they do it
well-
by themselves.
Yeah, they
don't
do it. They do it for other reasons. They do it for dominance reasons. They'll just have a.
I went to the zoo with a girlfriend once. I couldn't believe what this monkey was doing.
Really? Did it teach you a few things? Whipper?
Dad, get out.
Actually, talking of dads, can we talk about Graham? What's going on with the Brown family for Christmas? What's the movements?
Big Christmas coming up for Graham Brown. You know, you love a bit of Graham in your life. He's got big plans. He typically cooks the pork in our family. He's going to burn it for the 56th consecutive year. Yeah. I just topsoiled his lawn. I thought, you know what, he's 79 now. He doesn't need to be doing that.
Good son.
I spent 2 days spreading 3 cubic metres of dirt across his lawn. And then he called me the next day and just was whinging because he'd just spent a day redoing it.
Great.
I put it on too thick. I was killing the grass. I was just trying to help. So,
could Graham be the reason you're single? Is he the one? Is it the family around you where you're deterring women to go anywhere near you, Brownie? Is it the family?
The questionable role model, is that what you're saying in Graham?
It could be. I don't know.
Well, Graham doesn't help you because Graham knows what you did in your youth. Now, you were arrested one time for smashing a sign outside the cinema, if you remember, back home. And the police arrived, and that wasn't a great day for Dr. Chris Brown, the criminal.
How do you reckon I would have gone in juvie? Juvenile detention. Do you reckon I would have made it?
Nah. You would have been very popular.
Far too pretty.
I had to sweet talk my way out of juvie, and I managed to find a way. It would have been a very different me, I reckon.
Wasn't proud that day, was he, Graham?
I could see you in jail giving sort of animal advice to everyone in there.
Yeah. Teach them how to have a pet cockroach and just to distract them away.
This could go anywhere.
Have you taken up any new hobbies, Brownie? Nothing in your life?
Would I be sharing those with you for ridicule purposes? Unlikely, but if I do, I will.
That's ballet, isn't it?
I do actually have to sort some dancing ability out.
What do you mean?
Dancing with the Stars.
Of course.
Back next year. There's always this little moment at the end of... No, I don't train for it, but there's this moment at the end of the show where all the celebrities are lined up, right? After, you've had an elimination and they play some music and the camera goes down the line and it's 2.5 seconds. The camera, I timed it, that the camera is where you're in shot and you've got to do a little something.
I would hate that so much.
And there's 9 episodes, so I need 9 by 2.5 seconds of something. I'm going to go into a studio and say, just give me 9. Give me 9 of your best.
Tommy, what we're going to do next year, we're going to cut all 9 up into a package.
I love that. Huge on TikTok, Brownie. Huge.
Oh, my God. Brownie, can you help me out with this one? Can we kind of go from animals to insects? Are you happy to make that leap? I know that you don't, at the surgery, do much on cockroaches or insects.
I'm not a vet for cockroaches. But
you are now.
I've treated a few.
Oh, well, you resuscitated a fly one time.
I did. Glad you remember.
Famous story. This was an interesting one last night. Ants attacked at our place in the kitchen. Must have been a sugar leak or some chocolate melted. Ants were coming in, and I yelled out to Lisa, "Honey, the ants! They're attacking the house!"
Wow.
So I went
things
out
get
there.
pretty wild. Forget Africa. Things get pretty wild in the eastern suburbs of Sydney, don't they?
Very quickly, I went, "Get me out of here!"
I
don't work there anymore.
Have you ever been on a safari in Rose Bay? It's unbelievable, Brownie. People attacking each other.
We have earthworms and all sorts of stuff. Anyway.
The Big Five, your Range Rover, your Rolls Royce, your Bentley, your Volvo, and your Lexus.
Yeah, quite possibly. I haven't spotted them or done a safari for a while. Hey, what happened was I then very quickly killed the ants, right? I'm a murderer. I murdered the ants.
No, don't do that.
And then you pick them up and take them outside, mate. And then I wiped the ants away. Lisa said, no. You can kill them, but you don't wipe them away. So what are you talking about? She said ants give off a really specific smell that will warn other ants that there's dead ones in here. And therefore, if you leave them there, they're going to tell everybody else there's been a murder. And they won't come into the house. So if you leave a dead ant at the door, no one will come in. Ants do give off a scent, don't they?
They do. They release an acid when they die, and also when they bite, they release an acid as well. They're big into acids.
Okay.
Why do they release it, Brownie?
Well, when they're threatened, they release it because it doesn't taste very nice. And it also stings if it gets under your skin. So that's like a deterrent. But when they die, they release a different acid. But your wife is very rarely wrong.
Is she wrong here?
She was wrong about you.
That was one. Is she wrong again? Because this debate
may
went
be
for
wrong
ages.
may be wrong for the second time in her life.
She's wrong, is she?
Because if she leaves them, if you leave the ants, the ants are finally tuned to the smell of a dead ant, and they will go and clean up the dead.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's like Gladiator, where they go out and they get the dead, they bring them in. Yep, and then they...
It's like the battleground, isn't it? Like they go and get a dead soldier.
But they respect the battlefield, they respect the ant, and so they'll go out and they'll get it and bring it back to tidy things up, to honour it.
Well, that doesn't work at all. Lisa is completely wrong. So you find to wipe up the dead ant and maybe just get out a bit of Mortine and lay it across the bench.
Well, I mean, I'd probably go a little lighter on the...
Okay, sure, that's heavy-handed.
On the chemicals.
Yeah, okay.
There's a real mosquito problem in New South Wales at the moment, Brandon.
Huge,
and I don't feel like there's anything that does anything to deter mozzies. Is it just as simple as the Bushmans over the face, or is there anything else that we can put in the backyard?
Like citronella candles will do it, but I think the biggest thing is just remove any sort of standing water. Because the thing is that their life cycle, when it's warm and humid and there's water around, their life cycle can actually turn over in a matter of days, as opposed to, when it's cooler, it takes weeks and weeks. So
I've got a huge pond in the front yard. I've poured acid into it just to cut out the mozzie breeding program I've got going on.
Gosh.
Is that something you do?
You're a real animal lover, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll kill anything.
Are you planning on getting a dog at some stage soon? Just shedding or non-shedding?
Maybe next year.
Next year.
Is this Christmas?
No, it's not Christmas, but the kids are excited about
it. Have I ruined something?
You've completely destroyed Christmas. No, we're not dog ready yet, but we're not far away. We're excited about that.
Well, Brownie, we've had so many calls, and Emily from Bondi would like to go on a date with you. Em, you there? Oh, no.
He laughs.
Got a little nervous. I'm looking at the board and I can see there's no Emily, so I'm reassured by it.
Brownie, what have you loved about the show this year as we sort of wrap up 2024?
I just love the fact we've always got each other's backs.
Yeah. Mateship.
Yep.
Mate.
Trust.
Hopefully, we do love you, Dr. Chris Brown, and hopefully you have a bit of mistletoe that will be sprinkled over your head this year. And, mate, thank you so much for it. No, we do. A lot of people do ask us, as who is your greatest guest that you have on the show? But, Brownie, we've had a great relationship with over the years. This is the last year of that, but we really appreciate everything that you've done for us.
So it's goodbye. It's goodbye forever, basically. Yeah. So it's been fun. It's been fun, guys.
No, and next year, just before we go, plug because we're really looking forward to this new TV show that you've got, and Kate will be starring in it as well.
She will be. So it's once in a lifetime. It's a show. It's been probably 5 years in the planning. I go to the furthest corners of the earth to treat and help the world's most iconic and often threatened animals.
Awesome.
Yep.
But I take along a well-known, much-loved Australian as my completely untrained and unqualified veterinary assistant.
Perfect.
So the two of us have to help these animals, and I teach them everything I know, and they have to do everything I do.
I can't wait to see
this.
this.
Did you consider Kate going and seeing the hippopotamus of Colombia, Pablo Escobar's hippopotamuses, or you went with Mick Malloy in the end?
Would have been an interesting mix. I think probably one person's more qualified in that country than the other, I would have thought.
Brownie, thank you for coming in. We love you, buddy.
We love you, Brownie.
Have a good Christmas.
You too.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.